Hello, this is Sean Flynn, and I want to take a moment and talk about water and what it means to you and the human body and your needs, and give you some easy principles you can keep in mind as you go through life. Now, I want to give you 5 simple, easy principles and tips to keep in mind. First, the human body is composed of about 70% water. This follows the principle of as above, so below. Why? Because the planet is 70% water. You can draw the logic line off that. You can read the text, literature, whoever you want to read. It's at least 70% water. 71%, 69%, however you want to call it. By the same token of as above, so below, the human heart is tilted at a 23 and a half degree axis. So is the axis of the planet, which is tilted at that 23 degree axis pointed towards the North Star. So keep in mind that the human body is 70% water. 2, the water itself can be of 2 types, organic or inorganic. Inorganic is anything that comes from a tap or bottled, such as distilled, mineral, or any other enhanced process, reverse osmosis, filtration, steaming, you name it. Organic water is in the form of, comes from fruits and vegetables. Now, third, water is important to help facilitate bodily processes. Nearly every bodily process requires water in order to take and function. We also excrete at least a quart, if not up to good 3 quarts of water per day through breathing, urination, and respiration when we sleep, whether it's through the mouth again, breathing, or just coming through the cells from your skin, since the skin is about the largest organ in the human body. 4th tip, and this is a great plug for those of you who want to lose weight. Proper water hydration of the human body contributes to weight loss. There's a big secret. 5, and this is probably the most important tip I can impart on anybody, just worth the price of watching this video alone. Don't drink with your meals. Don't drink with your meals. Don't drink with your meals. If you really have to drink something with your meals, water or anything else, you shouldn't drink anything else with your meals. Just sip it. Why? Why am I asking you to reverse this age-old thing that you've probably been brought up in order to totally reverse that opinion that is a behavior that many of you have done throughout your entire life? Because when you're digesting food, you have a certain amount of stomach acid in it. When you add liquid to it, water, fruit juice, vegetable juice, colas, commercial-aided drinks, alcohol, any liquid, it dilutes the digestive juices and slows down the digestive processes, thus making digestion take longer. So, if you want to get proper water, you're going to need to consume at least 70% of your body weight in ounces per day. That's the easiest rule I can give you to keep in mind, as opposed to old rules about number of glasses of water, because that just doesn't apply to everybody. But what applies to everybody is the 70% rule. If you're 100 pounds, then you need at least 70 ounces of water per day to keep yourself hydrated properly, at minimum. And this doesn't include what you drink, whether it's sugar-rated tea or fruit juice, or those you consume, colas or alcohols or other sports drinks and so on. So you want to get at least that 70% ounce. It's really good in the morning to take and drink water before you eat, at least a half hour to 45 minutes, if not an hour. Probably a good quart plus of water when rising. Sometimes people think they're hungry. Okay, sometimes you get headaches. It's not because you need to eat. It's not because you need something with sugar in it. A lot of times it's because you're dehydrated and you simply need water. So instead of getting up and trying to eat something, slug down a quart of water, half a gallon if you can. You got to work up to it. It takes time. For those of you who aren't used to drinking water, you're gonna have to slowly work on it because if you drink more voluminous liquid, it will take and slowly expand your stomach, and you can handle that greater volume like that. But anyway, you want to get your water throughout the day. Don't drink with your meals. So how do you get that water? Or if you have a fruit juice or cola or something like that before your meal, instead of drinking with the meal, you drink it ahead of the meal, at least a half an hour, at least 45 minutes to an hour. You have to give it time to process. Okay, you'll be able to feel it. Here's a good weight loss tip. For those of you who want to lose weight, feel fuller, and eat less and take smaller portions, drink water that good half hour to 45 minutes ahead of time, and you'll feel fuller. So then you should theoretically eat less. You'll have to condition yourself to it. You'll feel it. It's real simple. Try it. You'll thank yourself for doing it. So, drink your water ahead of your meals. Now, when do you drink water after your meals? Real simple. If you have something like fruit or a vegetable type meal, the standard rule of thumb is a good 2 to 3 hours. Same thing for a light meal that has grain products in it, a good 2 to 3 hours. That would give enough time for the body to properly digest and move that material out of the stomach and into the small colon, the small intestine. If you have something much heavier, like a protein type meal, meat or something like beans and rice, probably a good 4 to 6 hours at the least. Of course, those of you who may say that's unheard of because I'm going to need something to drink in between that. Well, then sip your water. If you have to have a sports drink or something, or a cola, or if you're going to go drink alcohol, then take and sip that, because that would be an instinctual process that would indicate you're already a little bit dehydrated as it is. Maybe because you haven't gotten the proper amount of water in your system for the day in order to facilitate your bodily processes, to have enough water for digestion and all those things, and to replace the water that you've lost through perspiration, urination, and breathing. So anyway, I hope these tips have been helpful. Again, 70% organic versus inorganic. Inorganic can be laced with chemicals that aren't good in the human body. Tap water has a lot of those, calciums, limes, things, just because of moving through pipes and processing and that sort of thing. Also, organic water helps to facilitate bodily processes. The difference between organic and inorganic water is simply that there's the electronic spin on the spin on the electrons in the water molecules. They have that little bit different signature. So that's the difference. So 70% inorganic versus organic. Water facilitates bodily processes within the human body. It's great for weight loss. If you're properly hydrated, getting at least the proper amount of water in the body. If you increase your water intake somewhat, you can take and lose weight. For those of you who are trying to lose weight, if you get a little waterlogged down your head, then back off. You're also going to need to keep in mind, if you are getting waterlogged, you don't want to overly strain your kidneys because you are getting waterlogged, and you want to replace vitamins and minerals and nutrients because you're going to be urinating it out more because now you're overly consuming. But that's a good indicator that you've probably got a little bit too much water in your system at the time, is you get a little foggy on the brain. And of course, 5, the most important, don't drink with your meals. I know that's a new concept for a lot of people, and it's something that you've probably been brought up to do most of your life, all your life. Change that. You'll love yourself for it. You'll feel better. Those of you trying to lose weight, will find out it will help you feel fuller if you drink water or that Gatorade or lemonade or cola, a half hour to 45 minutes ahead of time. Don't drink with your meals, drink ahead of time. Remember the basic rules for drinking after, 2 to 3 hours for most meals. Give it longer, 4 to 6 for heavier protein type meals versus the fruits and vegetables and grain type products, salad, sandwich, potatoes, something like that. I hope these tips have been helpful, and I hope you can apply them to your life and teach them to others to enhance their quality of life, get a better quality of life. Remember, again, sometimes if you're hungry, it's not that you're hungry and need food or something with sugar in it. A lot of times your body just might be craving water. Try that. See what happens. Love yourself for it. And I hope this has been helpful and that you can apply these principles again and teach them to others and spread the word to help with the functioning of the human body. Teach them to your children, because these things are how every human body works, and you're just going to have a little bit new lease on life from doing them.